Okay, so maybe you're thinking about diving into this whole ice bath thing.
Not literally, of course.
Well, not yet, at least.
Right.
But you're intrigued by the business side of it, right? This whole cold plunge craze that's going on.
Yeah, it's pretty wild how much it's blown up.
It really is. And you're not alone in seeing the potential there.
Definitely not. What I find really fascinating is the way ice baths have gone from this like niche thing
Yeah,
to like mainstream,
totally.
wellness.
Yeah, it used to be just athletes and biohackers.
Exactly.
And now it's like,
Everyone's curious.
yeah, everyone's kind of like, huh, maybe I should try that.
Right.
It's so true. And I'll admit, the thought of jumping into ice water makes me cringe a little bit.
Oh, yeah,
But the business potential, that's definitely heating things up.
for sure.
And we've got your research here all about starting an ice bath event business.
Awesome.
And there's a lot to unpack.
There is. The wellness industry is booming right now.
It really is.
And people want experiences, not
Mhm.
just products.
True.
And ice bathing. It offers that perfect combo.
Like what?
You've got the challenge, the potential health benefits, and, let's be real, it's very shareable on social media.
Oh, absolutely. That's a huge part of it these days. So let's break down these different business models, shall we? Your research mentions public group events, private sessions, corporate team building, even full-blown retreats.
You got it.
Which one stands out to you as having the most potential?
It's tough to say. It really depends
Oh.
your target audience, your vision for the business.
Okay, yeah.
Public events are great for reaching a lot of people, creating that sense of community.
Yeah, I could see that.
But private sessions let you charge more
Sure.
for a more personalized experience.
Yeah,
And then corporate events and retreats, those can be super lucrative,
I bet.
but more logistics involved.
Of course, of course. It's like you're creating a menu of ice bath experiences.
I like that.
You've got your appetizers, your main courses, and then the tasting menu with the whole shebang.
Exactly.
But let's talk about why people are flocking to these icy experiences in the first place. What are the health benefits driving this demand?
Well, there's a growing body of research suggesting ice baths can have pretty significant effects
Really?
on both our physical and mental well-being.
Interesting.
For athletes, improved circulation, reduced inflammation,
Huge for them.
huge draws.
Yeah.
But for the average person, it's more about the boost to mental resilience, focus,
Okay.
even mood.
I've even read about potential immune system benefits.
It's true.
And then there's that whole brown fat activation thing,
Oh, yeah.
which honestly sounds a little wild.
It is pretty fascinating.
What exactly is brown fat, and how does cold exposure play into that?
So brown fat, it's a type of fat that actually burns calories to generate heat.
What?
Yeah. Unlike white fat, which stores energy, brown fat is activated by cold temperatures, helps regulate body temperature.
Interesting.
Studies suggest regular cold exposure, like ice baths, can increase brown fat activity,
So you're saying,
potentially helping with weight management and metabolic health.
so shivering in a tub of ice can actually help me burn calories?
It could, yeah.
Sign me up. Okay, but let's get down to brass tacks here.
Sure.
Talk about actually launching this business.
Okay.
What are the first steps someone needs to take to turn this ice vision into a reality?
First, you got to nail down that business model.
Okay.
What are you picturing? Big events, small gatherings, a mix.
Right.
This decision impacts everything from pricing to marketing.
And then there's the question of location.
Right.
I'm envisioning like beautiful outdoor setting,
Oh,
like
yeah.
by a lake or nestled in the mountains. What kind of location would you recommend?
Outdoor locations can be amazing.
I bet.
Create a really unique, immersive experience.
Yeah.
But you got to think about the seasons, the weather
Mhm.
options like gyms, spas, or even dedicated ice bath studios.
Okay.
Those give you more control
I see.
and year-round potential.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You could even explore mobile setups.
Ooh, like a pop-up ice bath.
Exactly, or for corporate wellness programs.
Oh, that's a great idea. Let's not forget the equipment.
Of course not.
What are the essentials for a safe and effective ice bath experience? We're talking tubs, ice machines,
Yeah.
maybe some comfy robes for afterwards.
For sure. Sturdy ice bathtubs, a reliable industrial ice machine to keep that water temp consistent,
Super important.
and a dedicated space for changing, warming up.
It's essential.
Temperature control is key for safety.
Absolutely.
You might even consider a digital thermometer or a chiller system.
For even more control.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got the tubs, the ice, the location.
We're getting there.
But how do you actually price these icy experiences? Seems like there's a lot of flexibility depending on the type of event and the level of personalization you offer.
You're right. Pricing can vary a lot. For group events, you might charge anywhere from, say, €30 to €80 per person.
Okay.
Depends on the duration, the location, any extra perks you offer.
Right, right.
Private sessions, you could go from €100 to €300.
Okay.
Allows you to really tailor the experience.
Makes sense. What about corporate events and retreats?
Oh, those can command a much higher price.
I bet.
For corporate events, you could charge a flat fee, €500 to €2,000.
Wow.
Depends on the number of participants and the length of the event.
Yeah.
And retreats, especially those with other wellness practices like yoga or meditation,
Yeah.
those could range from €500 to €3,000 per person.
For a weekend or...
Yeah, for a weekend getaway.
Okay, so the earning potential is definitely there.
It is.
But now comes the tricky part. How do you get people through the door? Marketing is key, right?
It is.
But how do you market something as, well, chilling as an ice bath?
Social media is your best friend here.
I fade.
Think stunning visuals, compelling stories,
Yeah.
collaborations with influencers
Okay.
who can showcase the benefits, the experience.
I can already picture those Instagram-worthy shots
Oh,
of
yeah.
people emerging from the ice bath, you know?
With that post-plunge glow.
Yeah, like a badge of honor in the wellness world.
Exactly. You can also use targeted ads
Oh, smart.
to reach people interested in cold therapy, biohacking, all that.
Yeah,
Think about partnering with local gyms, yoga studios, wellness centers.
to tap into their client base.
Exactly.
What about content marketing?
Could be very effective.
Like how?
Creating blog posts or videos about the benefits of ice bath, sharing testimonials.
Educate potential customers?
Build the trust.
I like it.
You could write about the science behind it.
Yeah.
Share inspiring stories of transformation.
Cool.
Even offer tips for beginners.
It's all about creating a buzz, building a community around this ice bath experience.
Absolutely.
Maybe even free introductory sessions, partner with local businesses
All great ideas.
for cross-promotion.
And don't underestimate word-of-mouth marketing.
Oh, for sure.
Offer incentives for referrals, a loyalty program.
Right.
Encourage people to share their experiences on social media.
It sounds like building a thriving ice bath business is about more than just having a tub of cold water.
It is.
It's about creating a brand, fostering a community,
Yes.
tapping into this desire for unique wellness experiences,
You've got it.
transformative experience.
You've hit the nail on the head.
It's about passion, innovation,
For sure.
and a deep understanding of your audience.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
And of course, a willingness to embrace the cold.
Haha, that's a must.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground here,
Yeah.
from the health benefits to the different business models.
Yeah.
But I want to circle back to something you mentioned,
Okay.
the safety aspect.
Super important.
It's great to get excited about the potential profits,
Mm-hmm.
but we got to be responsible, right?
100%. Safety should always be the top priority.
Especially when you're dealing with extreme temperatures.
Exactly. It's not just about having a first aid kit.
Right.
You need protocols,
Yeah.
trained staff,
Okay.
a clear understanding of the risks.
So let's talk about those protocols.
Sure.
What are some non-negotiables when it comes to ensuring safety for participants?
First and foremost, health waivers,
Okay.
informed consent forms.
Gotcha.
Essential. You need to clearly outline the potential risks of ice bathing. Make sure participants understand the effects of cold exposure.
Right. Like it's not just about being cold.
Right.
It's about how your body reacts.
Exactly. And it's not enough to just have people sign a waiver.
Okay.
Take the time to explain the key points, answer any questions.
Sure.
Make sure they understand, be honest about their health history.
Right. Like if they have any pre-existing conditions.
Exactly. Heart conditions, circulatory problems, things like that.
Yeah. That makes sense. And what about supervision?
Okay.
Is it enough to just have someone present?
I would say a trained ice bath coach or supervisor
Okay.
should be present during every session.
So they're not just there to hand out towels.
No,
Make sure nobody slips.
it's more than that.
They're there to monitor participants.
Exactly.
Recognize signs of distress.
Spot early signs of hypothermia.
Yeah.
And know how to handle situations that could escalate quickly.
They need to be knowledgeable about the effects of cold exposure.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so we've got waivers, trained staff.
Mm-hmm.
What about the physical environment? Any safety considerations there?
Absolutely. The area around the ice bath needs to be clear.
To
Obstacles, well-lit, non-slip surfaces.
prevent falls?
Exactly. Emergency blankets on hand.
Got it.
A clearly marked emergency plan.
Makes sense.
And contact info for emergency services readily available.
It sounds like there's a lot to think about,
There is.
but it's reassuring that these protocols are in place.
It is.
It's about creating a safe and controlled environment,
Yes.
not just throwing people into a tub of ice and hoping for the best.
Exactly. And remember, it's not just physical safety.
Okay.
You want to create a mentally and emotionally supportive environment, too.
Oh, yeah.
Ice bathing can be challenging.
It can be.
Having a supportive coach can make all the difference.
I bet. Okay, so we've talked a lot about setting up and running an ice bath business,
Mhm.
but let's zoom out for a moment.
I talk.
Bigger picture.
Sure.
how do you see this industry evolving in the next few years?
I think we're going to see a lot more innovation.
Oh, interesting.
It's not just going to be about plunging into a tub of ice.
Okay.
We'll see more customized experiences,
Like what?
integration with other wellness practices,
Oh, cool.
maybe even technological advancements.
To enhance the benefits?
And the safety.
Like what kind of technological advancements are we taking?
Ooh, I'm picturing high-tech ice bath pods with biofeedback sensors,
What?
personalized temperature control.
So it's not just a fad, it's an industry with real growth potential.
I think so.
But let's get back to the individual entrepreneur.
Okay.
What advice would you give someone just starting out?
My advice, find your niche.
Okay.
Differentiate yourself.
Yeah.
Focus on creating an exceptional customer experience.
Don't just replicate what everyone else is doing.
Exactly. Think about what unique value you can bring.
So maybe specializing in a specific type of ice bath experience?
It could be that.
Like athletic recovery or stress reduction, or maybe creating a unique audience, a community.
It's all about finding your unique voice.
Yeah.
Offering something that resonates with your target audience.
Okay, that makes sense. But what about the financial side of things?
Right.
We've talked about revenue streams.
We have.
But how much can someone expect to invest in starting an ice bath business?
Startup costs can vary a lot, depends on your business model location.
Of course.
But at a minimum, you'll need to factor in tubs, an ice machine, insurance, marketing, maybe venue rental.
Okay.
You could potentially launch a small-scale operation for under €5,000.
Okay.
But a larger setup could require €10,000 or more.
And what about profitability?
Like any business, it depends. Pricing strategy, marketing efforts, operating costs.
Right.
Your ability to attract and keep customers.
So it's not a get-rich-quick scheme.
It's not.
More of a slow and steady build.
I would say so.
But with a solid plan. A commitment to quality.
Yeah.
Passion for what you do.
Absolutely.
Building a profitable business is definitely achievable.
It is.
And let's not forget, this is a business with heart.
It is.
It's about helping people.
Improving their health and well-being.
Yeah, not just making a quick buck.
Exactly. It's about empowering people.
To embrace the cold.
Push their limits.
Discover the benefits.
Yeah.
So for those listening who are feeling inspired, what's the next step? What advice would you leave them with?
My advice, do your research, create a solid plan.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid to jump in.
I love that.
The world of ice bathing is full of potential.
It is.
It's waiting for passionate entrepreneurs to make a splash.
Make a splash. I love it.
Uh-huh.
It's a great reminder that starting a business is about taking risks.
It is.
Embracing the unknown. Diving headfirst into something new and exciting.
Exactly.
But before we get too carried away,
okay,
I think it's important to address the legal side of things.
Yes.
We touched upon waivers earlier.
Right.
But are there other legal considerations for ice bath entrepreneurs?
Absolutely. Liability insurance is a must-have.
Okay.
Especially when you're dealing with potential risks like cold exposure.
Right. Because even with the best safety protocols,
things can happen.
Accidents happen.
It's about protecting yourself, your business.
From those unforeseen circumstances.
Exactly. And depending on your location, the services you offer, you might need additional permits or licenses.
Oh, okay.
Important to research the regulations in your area.
Make sure you're operating legally and ethically.
For sure.
And speaking of ethics, I think it's important to touch upon responsible marketing.
Absolutely.
Transparency.
Couldn't agree more.
We don't want to overhype the benefits. No, or make promises we can't keep.
Be honest and upfront. Provide evidence-based information.
Empower customers.
Let them make informed decisions.
We don't want to exploit the popularity of ice bathing for short-term gain.
It's about building a sustainable business.
Based on trust, a genuine desire to help people.
Exactly.
So we want to promote ice bathing in a way that's enthusiastic, but responsible, highlight the benefits,
absolutely,
but acknowledge the risks.
For sure.
Emphasize proper guidance and supervision.
You got it.
And remember, this is a relatively new industry.
It is.
There's a lot of room for growth and innovation.
We're all still learning.
Which is exciting.
It is.
It means there's an opportunity to shape the future of this industry.
And create something truly special.
But I want to go back to something you mentioned earlier.
Okay.
The idea of finding your niche.
Oh, yeah.
Can you give us some examples of how ice bath businesses are differentiating themselves?
Absolutely. Some businesses are focusing on specific demographics, athletes, people with chronic pain.
Okay.
Others are creating unique experiences, incorporating things like aromatherapy, sound healing, breath work.
Wow, that's cool.
Some are even tapping into that social wellness trend, creating ice bath communities, events.
Fostering connection and support.
Exactly.
So it's about thinking outside the tub, so to speak.
Haha, you could say that.
It's about going beyond the basic ice bath.
offering something unique
Yeah, resonates.
with your target audience.
Okay, we've covered a lot here, from safety protocols to marketing strategy.
To the future of the industry.
But before we wrap up this part of our deep dive,
Mm-hmm.
I want to touch upon something that I think is at the heart of any successful business.
What's that?
The customer experience.
Oh, yes, the human element.
Exactly, because at the end of the day,
It's about people.
it's not just about ice baths.
Creating a positive experience
Transformative, memorable.
for every person who walks through your door.
It's about understanding their needs,
Their motivation.
their fears, their aspirations.
Making them feel seen, heard, supported.
So it's not just about the equipment and the protocols.
No.
It's about creating a space where people feel comfortable
Safe,
to
empowered.
embrace the cold
Exactly. It's about going above and beyond
Yep.
to make them feel valued,
and appreciate.
turning a challenging experience into something they look forward to.
Okay, so we've talked about safety, the potential for growth,
Mm-hmm.
the need for differentiation,
All right.
the power of the customer experience.
It's all connected.
But what's the one key takeaway?
Hmm.
The one piece of advice you would give someone considering this ice bath entrepreneurship?
Start with passion.
Okay.
If you're not truly passionate about ice bathing and the benefits
It's going to be tough.
to build a successful business,
Passion is contagious.
it is.
It fuels creativity, innovation, resilience.
Couldn't agree more.
But passion alone isn't enough, right?
No, you need a solid plan
A clear vision.
and the willingness to work hard.
It's not a get-rich-quick scheme.
No, it requires dedication, perseverance.
And a desire to make a difference.
Absolutely.
So for those feeling that spark of inspiration,
Yeah.
that urge to dive into this icy world,
What's the first step?
yeah, where do they begin?
Immerse yourself in the world of ice bathing.
Okay,
Try it yourself, experience the benefits firsthand,
okay.
research the science, connect with other enthusiasts.
Start visualizing your contribution to this industry.
Exactly.
Experience it yourself.
Yeah,
Because how can you share the magic of ice bathing?
if you haven't felt it yourself.
Exactly. It's about embodying the practice.
Understanding its nuances.
Speaking from a place of authenticity.
And passion.
Okay, so we've explored the safety aspects, the legal considerations,
Mhm.
the potential for growth, the importance of differentiation,
Right.
the customer experience.
We covered a lot.
But I think there's one more crucial piece of the puzzle,
Oh, what's that?
the secret sauce.
Ah, I see.
The magic ingredient that will set an ice bath business apart.
The thing that makes the experience unforgettable.
Irresistible, transformative,
The element that elevates a cold plunge
into a journey.
of self-discovery, empowerment.
The thing that makes people say, wow, that was incredible.
I've never experienced anything like that before.
So what is the secret ingredient?
Well, that's where you come in, dear listener.
Okay.
The true magic lies within you.
Within.
It's your passion,
Okay,
your creativity, your unique vision.
that makes all the difference.
It's about tapping into your inner innovator,
Your entrepreneurial spirit.
your desire to create something special.
So what will your ice bath story be?
What unique twist will you bring?
What experience will you create?
That will leave your clients feeling invigorated.
Inspired
As these are the questions we want you to ponder.
As you embark on your ice bath adventure,
The possibilities are vast and limitless.
like the icy depths themselves. And with that,
I think it's time for us to take a deep breath,
haha, yeah.
plunge into the next segment of our show,
Okay.
and explore some even deeper insights into this world.
Hold on tight, listeners.
Things are about to get really cool.
All right, we're back and ready to really chill out as we wrap up our deep dive into the ice bath business. But before we go, I'm curious.
Yeah,
We keep mentioning these amazing benefits.
we do.
But what's the science behind it all? Why is this cold plunge so good for us?
Well, it goes feeling refreshed.
Okay.
That initial shock of cold.
Okay.
It triggers a whole cascade of physiological responses.
Like what?
Your blood vessels constrict,
Okay.
redirecting blood flow to vital organs.
So it's like our body goes into survival mode.
Exactly, focusing on what's most important.
And this helps reduce inflammation.
It does, which is a factor in so many health issues.
It is, yeah.
Plus, it boosts circulation,
Which does what?
carries oxygen and nutrients throughout the body.
Okay.
It even gives your lymphatic system a kickstart.
And that's important.
Immunity, big time.
Okay, that makes sense for the physical side.
Mm.
But what about the mental benefits?
Right.
How does cold water impact our brains?
So cold enclosure, it triggers the release of endorphins.
Those feel-good chemicals.
Exactly. But it also bumps up norepinephrine,
Okay.
which is linked to focus and alertness.
So you get this mood lift
Mm-hmm.
and a boost in mental clarity.
Natural energy drink.
Haha, kinda, yeah. No wonder people are hooked.
It goes even deeper than that.
Oh,
Studies suggest regular ice baths can increase BDNF,
what's that stand for?
brain-derived neurotrophic factor.
Okay.
It's crucial for brain health.
How so?
It helps with the growth and survival of our brain cells.
Wow, so it's not just a quick fix.
No,
There could be long-term benefits for our brain.
for cognitive function, yeah.
That's amazing.
It is. And this is where passion meets knowledge.
Okay.
Ice bath entrepreneurs who can articulate these benefits, understand the science,
Yeah.
that's what sets them apart.
So you're not just selling a cold dip.
Right.
You're selling a path to a better version of themselves.
Precisely. And that's powerful.
It resonates with people.
It does. It's about combining the thrill of the experience with the promise of real improvement.
To their well-being.
Exactly.
This has been an incredible journey.
It has.
From the practical stuff, setting up a business,
Mm-hmm.
to the science behind it,
The benefit.
the potential for this industry to take off.
It's exciting.
And we've only just scratched the surface.
The world of ice bathing is constantly evolving.
I bet.
New research, new techniques, creative entrepreneurs pushing the boundaries.
If there's one thing I hope our listeners take away from this deep dive,
Yeah,
it's the power of combining passion with knowledge.
couldn't agree more.
Because when you truly believe in what you're doing,
And you understand the why behind the what?
that's when you create something special.
Absolutely.
And who knows, maybe one day we'll have you back on the show
I'd love that.
to share your own ice bath success story.
Haha, that would be great.
But until then,
Yeah.
keep exploring, keep learning, never be afraid to take the plunge.
Into the things that ignite your passion.
Well said. That's a wrap on this episode of The Deep Dive. We'll catch you next time for another fascinating exploration, so stay tuned.